Hello, welcome back everybody. In this today online educational brilliant.org video recording, I'm going to present something interesting like I've previously presented to you this foundational programming and CS. Speak the language of computers. Yes, this homepage content all have been updated by brilliant.org, so something interesting. You will see lots of features have been altered or something different, very new features, text have been added. So hope you found this even more interesting this time out. So the chapter I'm going to do is called here Algorithmic Thinking, the one I haven't done to you for months, but it's time now to make it again because it's quite late making it this for tonight. So I'll click on this chapter now. That's right. Currently at level 3, prioritizing early starts. After a previous chapter of completion of proving incorrectness, a new lesson or chapter is going to be updating an algorithm. So the one I'm going to present all of you from start to finish. Why not listen as I proceed this? Okay, I'll click the start button to begin it tonight. Right, we've just entered. Wait a second. Right, we're diving in.
You proved that some algorithms don't work for this problem. Now, let's modify one that does. What will this algorithm always achieve?
I remember this little AI has been giving voice recognition to get these questions started, but I think it's tough for me to answer or he'll help out whether the answer got right or wrong. So let's go. Always achieve here to render non-conflict set it. I think both apply at the same time. Check.
Not quite.
Try again. Oh yes, this one. Actually, let's check.
That's not right. What could you change?
Sorry, this is the only correct answer. Previous two were wrong, so sorry, my apology.
That's the one.
So I'll click on this Y for reasoning, so AI going to speak it out.
Great job. The if not conflict check ensures that the algorithm only adds rentals that fit. That guarantees the schedule will have no conflicts. However, it doesn't guarantee the replacement property. Without a sort step, the algorithm just takes rentals in input order, which might reject a shorter rental in favor of a longer one.
So the reason is a bit more obvious. This second option, still not applying it. A bit surprising to see why it's not applying this one. Anyway, continue to the next. Wait.
Same question for a different criterion.
So a slightly different criterion is here, so this time might be both. Let's check.
Exactly.
Of course, now it's correct, but I'll click on why, but reasoning AI is going to speak out the same thing, so let's see it. Why not?
The algorithm guarantees both. The if not conflict line ensures no accepted rentals overlap. Sorting by length means the algorithm considers shorter rentals first. If a rental is rejected, it must conflict with a shorter rental already accepted, so no shorter rental can replace an accepted one. Does that make sense?
Of course, yes.
Great. You've grasped how sorting by length builds in that replacement guarantee, while the conflict check keeps the schedule valid. Ready for the next part?
Yes, of course.
Great. You've grasped how sorting by length builds in that replacement guarantee, while the conflict check keeps the schedule valid. Ready for the next part?
No, actually, this AI speaker generated error cause repeated twice already. So just ignore this one. Continue anyway.
Now, think about how to update the algorithm.
All right, this one. How to update prioritize earlier starting rentals here. Oh yes, this time by duration. Check it, why not?
Not quite.
Uh-oh, not by duration. Oh yeah, by starting time here. Let's check.
Yeah, that's it.
Of course, but why? Reasoning to be explained by a speaker?
Sorting by starting time forces the algorithm to consider rentals that begin earlier, before those that begin later. The original code sorted by length, prioritizing short rentals. By changing the sort to start, you ensure that earlier starting options are evaluated first, which is exactly what prioritizing early starts requires. Does that make sense?
All right, I'm not going to press yes or no, just a bit more obvious to understand it. Anyway, continue. Why not?
All right, make the change.
Right, finally, sorry that I have to refresh. Like the display is kind of a bit of bug that I have to refresh and just came back. Let's update the algorithm. Let's see. No, no duration has to be sorted, but only determined on length. Right, let's check.
Not quite, but don't give up on it.
Uh-oh, sorry. Yeah, it should be start. Let's check again.
There we go.
Finally, we got this right, but let's see its explanation by clicking on why.
Great job. By sorting by start, the algorithm considers rentals in order of their start times. This guarantees that if a rental is rejected, it must conflict with an accepted rental that starts at least as early. Since you cannot improve by swapping in a later starting rental, the schedule is optimal for this objective. Ready for the next part?
Wait a second for AI to respond.
Great! Go ahead and click the Continue button to move to the next part. Everything clear so far? Sounds good. You are all set here. Click Continue to move ahead when you are ready. Let's trace the updated algorithm to see if it works.
Let's see which one. By start, yeah. So from start time, let's see. Let's try and then like here. I think these three. Let's check.
Double check your
Oh,
work.
sorry. So these three actually. Let's check.
There you go.
Finally got this right. Like only at the second attempt. Let's see its explanation once again.
Great work. The algorithm sorts rentals by start time first, creating the order A, D, C, E, B. It accepts A, then D, no conflict. It rejects C, conflicts with D, accepts E, no conflict, and rejects B, conflicts with E. Does that make sense?
Wait.
Excellent. You've successfully traced the sort by start algorithm and seen how it builds a schedule. You are ready to move on. Great job. Understanding how an algorithm works can reveal how to modify it for a new situation. Any questions before we wrap up?
Right. I'm not allowed to or permitted to ask any question here because like I'm using free account, but here every single algorithm applies here. Start rentals, the previous one sort by that starting date, starting time order, then except whenever no conflict is happening. So the one we just presented altogether, but going to move on to the next summary part, I think. Let's see what's next. Continue.
Let's make sure that's stuck.
Yes, time for skill check. So as usual, you can see 3 questions as tabs here. 3 different questions I'm going to encounter. Here's question number 1. No AI asking for help here. That I'm going to read out instead. Analyze the algorithm. Which line ensures the algorithm will consider the earliest starting photo shoot first? Earliest shooting photo shoot. Of course. Sort by start this line 3. It is, yeah? Check. That's it. Simply correct in the first question encounter, but no explanation to click on. Anyway, continue to question number 2. Right. Analyze the algorithm. In what order does line 4 consider the photo shoots? Here. 4. Photo shoot in photo shoots. Line 4 here. What order? Start. B, C, D, and A. Yeah. So start so like this. B, C, D, A. Check it. Of course, simply correct again. Successfully done question number 1 and 2. Now to the last question, number 3. So this one, analyze the algorithm. Here we've switched order of the lines 2 and 3. What happens? Oh yes, set it to flow through by start. Data started earliest. Oh really? Wait. Start. Before the switch, yeah. Scan schedule produced by the algorithm. I think this one. Let's check it. Before that switching, only sync schedule produced by the algorithm, right? Not this one cause no reverse latest to earliest. That doesn't even matter with the objective of this question. Yes, so successfully encountered all 3 out of 3 questions here shown in green, correctly answered. Skill check successfully done. So I think it's finally time to conclude this session by clicking on this finish tab for tonight. Wait. Lesson complete. 140 XP gain and 3 out of 3 questions as a skill check correct here. XP and score all are perfect today, right? Continue. Boom. How many day streak? 7. Feel the power of the weak force. WEEK weak. Not to confuse with WEAK weak. No. Actually WEEK weak. WEEK. Because they both pronounced actually the same, so like I had to spell to make it more perfectly explain this description. So I'm not going to repeat that, so continue. That's right. This is from previous week in the Tungsten League. I've dropped down from the highest standing league for some time, and here, strong showing. You previously finished in 13th position and kept your spot in the same league of Tungsten, right? This week I've just entered, so like top 5 go up advancing. So more players are also joining at the same time, but I'm not going to explain, so continue. Finally, there we are, back at it. Algorithmic thinking today's lesson updating an algorithm has been successfully completed by me. So the next lesson unlock is called reasoning about criteria, but something I'm not going to focus right now because I've got a lot more to do after like recent weeks. I'm preparing something with my family, but I'm not going to tell you more about it. Anyway, that's the end of my today's educational video that I've recorded and presented to all of you in front of you. Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoy watching this, don't forget to like and subscribe. You will you will also see the end screen coming up after this conclusion part. My end screen, yes, what will be appearing right in the blank is my YouTube channel, also corresponding videos and playlists of my educational videos that you will also come up shortly, and just stay tuned for more. Just clicking on either playlist, video, or channel, and just keep tuning in for my more videos in the future. Why not? Unfortunately, I'm doing this late tonight and like time has to run out now, so going to focus on that later. Anyway, that's it today. I'm leaving this session out. See you later, guys. Cheers. Bye, everybody. End screen coming up shortly. Okay.